We got a ride. They're going to Santa Maria. A bag back there?
Yeah, don't open that.
Don't open that? Just pass it through here? Okay. Oh, okay, it'd fall out. Alright. Yeah. It's got a bunch of crap in there. Well, I appreciate the ride, everyone.
Seatbelt.
Yep, all seatbelt for sure.
So you just like making a documentary?
It's actually a live stream. I've hitchhiked the past 4 years in 25 countries, been picked up over 700 times, and I wanted to show people what the kind of process of hitchhiking is like.
Alright.
So that's what this is. It's live, there's people talking. We're just kind of hanging out.
We're in Canada.
Vancouver Island, West Coast. Yeah. What's your name?
River.
River?
It's Joseph.
River and Joseph. Nice to meet you guys. And I really appreciate you grabbing me.
We watch Canadian TV.
You watch Canadian TV, like CBC or?
Well, just a couple shows. Trailer Park Boys.
Oh yeah.
And Kenny versus Spenny.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't watched them in a while, but yeah, I used to watch Kenny versus Spenny all the time. Do they still make anything?
Well, I don't know. We just get it on YouTube.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, Trailer Park Boys is on Netflix.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Kenny and Spenny, they got it on YouTube.
Yeah. So, do you live in Santa Monica? Or, sorry, Santa Maria or Santa Monica?
No, we're just kind of wandering around.
Wandering around? Yeah. It's on some kind of awkward thing. I'll just kind of. Oh, that phone. Okay, I thought you meant this phone. Sorry, miscommunication. Trevor. Yeah. So you're just traveling around. There's no real reason you're going down there. Just out for a rip, as we call it in Canada.
We're looking for cool bikes.
Cool bikes. Okay.
We build motorized bikes and shit.
Like
we've got 3 engines in here.
Yeah.
Now we have to get some bikes, you know.
Yeah. And do you guys usually pick up everyone you see, or?
Unless they look all fucking crazy.
Yeah, you didn't think I looked crazy?
I wouldn't pick me up.
So yeah, what made you decide to pick me up?
Didn't look crazy.
Didn't look crazy. That's the justification. All right. I try to make myself look fairly clean and presentable when I hitchhike. I usually don't have to wait too long for a ride because of that.
Yeah, he just took a shower at the truck stop, and then since we decided to go to Santa Maria, I'm going to use the truck stop down here.
Oh yeah.
It's cheaper.
For a shower? How much is a shower usually at a truck stop, you know?
It's like $12.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys sleep in the van here?
I think at this one it's $9.
Okay, yeah.
I sleep in it. He sleeps in, he makes a bed out of this front seat when he sleeps in here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Puts his pack here.
My bed's in here. That's my bed. Got my tent. Sleeping
Sleep
bags
out
in the
on
pad.
the stars. I did that for like 15 years, hitched.
Oh yeah?
I hitched everywhere, man.
All over the U.S.?
Yeah.
Did you ever go international? And other countries? No. So,
I've been to Mexico and stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go hitching.
In Mexico?
Probably.
I'd like to try it if I could speak Spanish. I can't speak Spanish. You lose a lot if you can't talk to the local population.
Yeah, it's you gotta be careful down there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think you're the victim type.
Okay.
But that's even here too, though.
Yeah, you gotta be careful anywhere, really. Gotta look out for yourself.
But up here, the law protects you a little bit more than down there.
Yeah. Okay. Now, in your years of hitchhiking around the U.S., do you have like a, I don't know, favorite or best place for hitchhiking and maybe worst place?
Don't ever hitchhike through Kansas.
Kansas. All right.
Unless you got money for a Greyhound when you decide to finally give up.
Yeah. No one picked you up in Kansas?
No.
Yeah, all right. And anywhere that was particularly good?
Whole West Coast.
Whole West Coast. Well, that's what we've done so far. So far we've been through Washington, Oregon, and California. So we hitchhiked down Highway 101 right from Canada.
Yeah. Pretty much when you leave the West Coast, it's a lot different.
Yeah. I'm continuing south to a certain point, and then I'll be heading east. So going through Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. So we'll see how much different I experience, if things get more difficult or not. We'll see. What about you? Have you ever hitchhiked before?
Yeah, that's how I started off.
Oh yeah?
Hitchhiked for a few years, bumped into a few places, and then eventually I just met up with River. Instead of walking everywhere, we drove everywhere.
Yeah, You teamed up?
Yeah, we've known each other for like 4 years.
Yeah.
We haven't been teamed up that whole time.
Oh, okay.
It's off and on or whatever.
Yeah.
We mostly stay in San Francisco.
Yeah.
We're not up in Oregon. We're
Okay.
mostly San Francisco, Santa Cruz.
And when you're in San Francisco, are you doing the same thing? You're building like motorized bicycles, like you were saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of your profession. How you guys make your money?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, okay. More passion at this
We've
point.
built a couple of bikes so far. We built a trike and a bike.
Yeah.
The bike he built to do this Postmates app. It's like food delivery. And the brakes were bad.
Yeah.
And we wrecked and tweaked the bike frame. So
Oh yeah.
we decided the next bike we build, we need to build it to sell.
Yeah. How much do you think like
getting a cool cruiser frame,
Yeah.
custom painting,
Okay.
all that stuff. We actually have more equipment. We need a little air compressor,
Yeah.
spray guns,
Okay.
all the stuff to do professional paint jobs.
Yeah. So like if you did up a cool motorized bike pretty well, like how you said, like kind of cruiser style, how much do you think you could sell one of those for?
No less than 1,500.
1,500, yeah. And that's at the lower
When
end.
you
Yeah.
travel like we do, like it's a constant advertisement. If it's on the rack on the
That's
back,
true. That's true.
or if we're riding it, you know, like
Yeah.
even the one that we just put an engine on for his
Yeah.
Postmates out. No custom paint job or nothing. Everywhere we went, people were like, "Is that for sale?"
Yeah. Well, yeah, that'd be cool.
But if you don't custom paint them,
Then
then you really not gonna sell them for much more than what you spent to make it.
yeah. So would you guys be doing the custom painting, or would you have to contract that out?
No.
You'd do it, yeah. Now, I guess it depends on the engine you put on it, but how fast do those?
It's just basically giving it a color theme.
Yeah.
You know, like instead of the gas tank being black, have it match the color of the bike.
Yeah.
The torque converter cover, the crankcase cover, all of it will match.
Yeah.
I built one years ago with just a 80cc two-stroke engine on it,
Yeah.
and I traveled all over Montana in it, pulling a trailer with a dog.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the summer, I sold it for $500.
Oh yeah. Now,
Which it did cost me that much to build it. Like two-stroke engines are really cheap.
are they? Yeah.
You can get them for about $100.
How much?
About $79 actually.
Yeah.
For a two-stroke.
So with those little two-stroke engines, how fast do those things kind of run, depending on how much weight you're putting on it?
About
like
35, 40.
35, 40 miles an hour. That's a good clip.
The engines we got now are 212cc four-strokes.
Oh yeah.
Big engine, yeah.
Yeah, so
They'll make the bike run about 60.
60. That would be pretty fast then, because it's just a modified like pedal bicycle,
Well,
right?
the idea of it's not to run 60, but to be able to go up hills
Yeah.
or pull a
Okay.
cargo.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go 60 on a
Yeah.
bicycle.
No, that yeah, it's a little too fast.
Get around these slow parts. So did you start out in Canada
With
hitching?
hitchhiking, yeah, I started hitchhiking around Canada 4 years ago. I started doing it because I hated the Greyhound bus. It took 6.5 hours to go from where I was going to school to where I was kind of from, and you can drive that in like 3.5. So one time I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna hitchhike, and I did. I got a ride in 20 minutes, not only to Vancouver, 6 hours away, but to my actual final destination, which was on Vancouver Island. So they drove me central British Columbia to Vancouver, onto the ferry to Vancouver Island, to my friend's front door in Victoria, which if I was taking bus and transit and the ferry, it would have taken me all day. They drove me right to my friend's front door, and after that first experience, I kind of just, it escalated quickly. I hitchhiked across Canada and back, and then after that I hitchhiked across Canada again, flew to Europe, hitchhiked around Europe for 4 months, hitchhiked across Russia from the Latvian-Russian border to Vladivostok,
Yeah.
and then from southern Japan to Tokyo. And after that I've been doing shorter trips. That was my biggest, longest trip so far, but I've been doing trips after that as well.
So camping out under the sky so much.
Yeah.
Have you seen any strange stuff like?
I haven't. Albeit, a few nights I would. So in the summer, if it's buggy, I'd have my tent body and I can still see the scars. But a few nights I've done that and it didn't call for rain. There's no forecasted rain, but then a big storm would come through and you're sleeping, and then all of a sudden just rain is pouring on your face. So most of the time I do have my tent fly on, so I can't actually see the stars. I can just hear everything going around. If I'm in a forest, you can hear the sound of the trees kind of creaking and moving, any kind of wildlife, any animals. And to me, after sleeping outside so many nights of my life, all those sounds are like, it's kind of peaceful. It's like, it helps me sleep, hearing the sound of just the woods or nature, the wind. It's pretty relaxing for me. I like sleeping outside. The only downside is you don't get a shower in the morning, which you guys are, yeah, you're getting a shower later, and you got a shower just recently. But I haven't seen anything too crazy.
Like I used to, well, I still do. Like sleeping inside of my van is kind of like, it's just a tent, with 4
Yeah.
wheels.
Yep.
Really,
Yeah. Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
it's just almost the same, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you a cigarette?
So you've been traveling for quite some years now, huh?
Yeah, well, I would travel, do a trip, come back home, save up a little bit of money. Like I hitchhike because I want to. It's not. I have a bit of money. I could have
Save up before you go off.
a few grand, just a few grand. The nice thing about hitchhiking is you don't need that much. Hitchhiking's free, accommodation's free. I sleep in my tent, so it's just food and incidental and entertainment that you really got to pay for. So you can have not very much saved up and travel for quite a while. Which, if you enjoy traveling and you don't mind being uncomfortable on occasion, like it's a good way to get around.
Yeah, I mean, people who like just randomly observe, they're like, oh, you poor fellow living in your van. I'm like, shit, man, I backpacked and slept on the ground,
Yeah.
bushes, and like,
Yeah, people
overpasses, bridges.
and people react the same when they see me hitchhiking. They'll pull over and they'll like try to give me money and stuff like that. I don't want, like, I'm not begging for change. I just like hitchhiking. I like meeting people like you guys. I find the experience, I don't know. I just enjoy it.
It's new.
Sorry?
It's new. You haven't met us before. It's just every time you meet something new, it's a new thing to experience in life.
Yeah. I travel by meeting people, essentially, rather than just flying across, or like over top somewhere to get somewhere, or taking a bus or a train or plane or renting a car, where you just get from point A to point B. I'm meeting people along the way, and I find that these kind of interactions really interesting, because I don't know.
There's more than just, just like all the people that you meet that you wouldn't have if you traveled conventionally.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's like the anticipation and the mystery of a wide panoramic field of possibilities.
Yeah.
It's adventure.
Yeah. Like every day is an adventure. I have no idea, especially when I'm doing long distance trips, I don't have a final destination. I have no idea where I'm going to end up that night. And between then and the night, I have no idea who's going to pick me up, where they're going to be from, their story, all the different things. Every day is random. I have no idea what's going to happen. And that, every day does feel like a bit of an adventure.
Friend named Brandon, we knew everything was going to happen.
When was the last time you were out there on the road hitchhiking?
It's been probably almost a decade now.
Decade, yeah.
One sense I miss it, and another sense I know I can never
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
That's a young man's game.
That's what I tell people here too. It's kind of a young man's game. It loses its charm after a certain point.
No, I mean, I guess I can't really. I see people.
Yeah, older people hitchhike all the
I'd say
time.
like, but it may be because they don't have a choice. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you really don't see that many people that are hitchhiking voluntarily. Like, you can tell that they're doing this just to travel, a different means of traveling. A lot of the people you see hitchhiking are hitchhiking because they need to be hitchhiking. They have somewhere to be, or they want to go somewhere, but they don't have the means to get there from other modes of transportation. I think hitchhiking can be a great experience, and I think more people should do it voluntarily. You just gotta keep your wits about you. I have some rules about hitchhiking, about what I do and stuff like that, and I follow those, and it's kept me safe, I guess. One thing is I talk to people before I get into cars. You can usually tell pretty quickly if someone is really, And so I have turned down rides because of how people react to just me opening the door and saying, "Hey, how's your day going?" You know?
I got a camera.
Also, you lose the occasional ride from this because, for obvious reasons, some people don't want a camera in their face. But you are comfortable kind of having this guy here? Yeah, you're fine. All right. But yeah, we got 69 people watching from around the world. Can I ask you guys where you guys are from? Did you comment where you guys are from? I always like to see where the different people that are watching are from. It'll take a second, but they'll let me know. We got Minnesota, USA, Germany, Florida, another Florida, Wakanda, nice. Texas, United Kingdom, Michigan. It's kind of cool that I can be hitchhiking in a random place in the United States, and people from around the world can see what that experience is like as it happens, and talk to me as it's happening. You guys. Yeah, Toronto, Canada. But yeah.
Have you ever hitched the coast?
Well, Highway 101 further north does follow the coast for some of it.
The Highway 1 goes down through.
I think it would be even more beautiful than this, or much more beautiful than this. The problem is there's no network connection at all.
Yeah.
So if I'm live streaming and I'm trying to, the purpose of this trip is to show people what hitchhiking is like. With that, I need some kind of data so that I can live stream. So that's the limiting factor. I can only go places where there's network. And but coming down through Washington and Oregon, there's plenty of places where we lost signal. People that have watched this stream for a while know that. We lost the stream a lot. But as we're now coming into more Southern California, everything's more developed. The cellular network is more developed. So we seem to be dropping out less often, a more stable stream. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's even like, what network, you know, what?
Verizon.
I hate those guys.
Yeah, everyone hates them. The thing is they have the most connected network as far as the research I've done. So as much as I probably would hate them too, I'm Canadian, I don't know too much about them, but everyone says they suck. They have the most connected network, so for what I'm doing, it's like I have to use them.
I've never used them, but like I've had friends who have, and they're like, "Oh my God, you know, like I don't know how I got this big bill," and they're like, "Oh,"
Yeah.
They're like, "You will pay it, or we will ruin you."
Yeah, they're pricey, and like I need, you know, like how they have unlimited plans here in the US, but they throttle you after like 20 gigabytes of data. I use like 20 gigabytes of data in like 3 days.
You know, I use Metro PCS,
Yeah.
which is affiliated with T-Mobile,
Yep.
and they say that, you know, like after so much data, it slows down.
Yep.
But I never notice it. Like there's no difference.
Yeah. For most people's uses, they don't even get to that level where they throttle.
Oh no!
But for live streaming,
I surpass it.
you surpass it and they
I
don't throttle you? Oh, okay.
They actually charge me a little extra.
Oh, okay. You go.
surcharge.
Okay.
I use because I binge watch.
Yeah, live
And I
streaming
download
video. Yeah.
I download movies off Pirate Bay.
Yeah. Because with live streaming, I think we use close to a gigabyte of data per hour. So if you stream for 8 hours a day, that's 8 gigabytes in a day. You go through it pretty quick. Because I'm from Vancouver Island, everyone grows it there, but I don't anymore. It makes me kind of anxious, I guess. It doesn't agree with my body. But it's legal in California, right? Right. Have you ever freight hop on trains?
No. Well, actually, one time.
One time? Yeah.
Out of Missoula, Montana, and we were starting to go to Spokane, and we ended up by Banff.
In Canada?
Got deported.
Oh, you rode freight across the border into Canada, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm in Canada. How was your experience with, well, except for ending up in Canada and getting deported, how was your experience with that?
Not good. We
No?
went through a tunnel.
Yeah, I've heard the
train
tunnels can be
went
rough.
Real slow.
Yeah.
I thought we were. I thought we were gonna die.
Yeah, from the exhaust
Yeah.
fumes. Yeah, I've heard that can be really rough. I usually very much prefer the cooler weather. My thought on that is when it's cold and you're prepared for the cold, you can make yourself warm. If you have the appropriate layers and everything like that, then you can kind of make yourself comfortable. If it's hot and you're outside, you can only shed so many layers and you're still gonna be hot, you're still gonna be sweaty. So I kind of prefer the cold, albeit I'm going south where it gets warmer, and then I'm gonna go through Arizona, New Mexico, like really hot places. So it's gonna get hot. What made you said you spent most of your time around San Francisco? What made you pick San Francisco area? You just like the city, or?
Yeah, we know a lot of people there. So.
Yeah.
You gotta get out of there every once in a while.
Yeah.
It never really gets too warm there, mostly.
Never gets too
warm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't get that cold in the winter either.
Cloudy and bright. It's like the same temperature all year.
Yeah, yeah.
It has a summer, which is in like October, November, December.
Yeah.
That's like summer.
Yeah. Yeah, and then once you move into Arizona, we're talking 100 plus sometimes. Not looking forward to that. Yeah, Texas will be pretty hot, so not exactly excited for that, but it'll be an experience. But the hitchhiking gets a little bit more difficult as you go into more civilized places, or like more developed places. Like through Washington, Oregon on Highway 101, it's like small town style at all. Super easy, you get dropped off in the town, you walk to the south end of town, then you hitchhike south on the highway. When you're getting out of a city, then you gotta plan your hitch a little bit more.
Well, in all the years that I hitched, I used public transportation a lot.
Yeah.
Like if I was hitching to San Diego, I would be using public transportation to get through the greater LA area.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, if I'm in LA, I'm not gonna be hitchhiking in the middle of LA. Albeit, usually I'll take public transit to get out of a city and stuff like that, but on this trip, since I started in Port Angeles, I haven't taken a bus, like any kind of public transit yet, so I actually haven't paid anything for transportation. That'll change pretty quickly, but once you get to a major city, I'm not going to walk 20 kilometers to get out of town. We're good, chat. We're all good. I know. This is actually a really nice valley. I like this.
So, any given night that the stars are out,
Yeah.
you can look up and see something
Yeah.
that's like, you can go, oh, that's a satellite, but if you keep watching it, you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's on any given night when the stars are out. And if you do that as a hobby, like every once in a great while you see something like
Yeah.
in your face, like, holy shit.
What's the craziest thing you've seen out when you've been watching the stars at night?
Well, I wasn't watching the stars. We were all headed down to this beach in Fort Bragg,
Yeah.
up in Mendocino County.
Yeah.
And this horrible light just came out of the water right in front of the harbor.
Really?
It just went straight up and it kept going until it looked like a star.
Really?
Yeah, and then it took off, left a light streak.
Wow. Some real
There's like a whole group of
UFO.
Sit out every night and watch these light
sounds interesting.
spotted this anomaly
Yeah.
like 5 miles off the coast that you could look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, I could check it out.
It looks like, they say it's an underwater UFO base.
Yeah. So, from your experience of seeing stuff like this, you'd say you've seen like in your opinion, is a UFO a few times in your life? Something that it's just like you can't explain. It's something extraterrestrial.
Quite a few times.
Quite a few times. Yeah. And what were those like for you? Was that like exciting or was that just scary?
He's been abducted on an LSD-induced trip.
Really?
Yeah, they got like an encounter of the fifth kind is where like they assault you, like where they hurt you.
Yeah.
But all the other encounters are just meeting them,
Yeah.
seeing them, or communicating with them. Yeah, it's
So how was your experience with that?
terrifying.
Yeah, it
and
sounds like it would
awing
be.
at the same time. Like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I've got so many crazy stories with aliens. Like,
Really?
I guess I'm just one of those ones that like my DNA.
Yeah. So, but like, what do they do when they abduct you?
Well, it's different from what I've heard with other people. Like, yeah, they believe that I have a specific agenda or whatever I'm supposed to do in this life isn't important enough for
Okay.
them to either give me. What they do is they give me lots of information.
Yeah.
Right? Anything in the world, if I want to know it, I gotta think about it, and the answer will be there.
Yeah.
They helped me reach like the Buddha conscience, the Christ conscience, that level of oneness where you got access to everything in the world, in
Okay.
the universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just help open that up and unlock it, and almost they're just kind of showing me it's like, hey, this is what's up. There's more.
Yeah. So that sounds like a pretty positive outcome from that. But you said it's still terrifying, just because of the unknown
there
factor.
were some more personal things in there,
Okay.
and it was.
Yeah, you don't have to talk about it.
it's-
Yeah. Yeah.
Being threatened by a telepathic entity that can just kill you with a thought. It's like, I don't want to piss it off.
That's
I don't
true.
know what I'm doing wrong, but
That's
I
true.
don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that makes sense. I actually haven't talked to anyone that has had that experience, so that's why I'm asking you
I
questions.
know, that's why I said my experience is different from others.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard of others' experiences. But
Yeah.
mine's on in a whole other ballpark.
Yeah.
But I've also seen like shadow creatures and demons until it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, you look into a mirror and you see a shadow dancing a fucking 1800s waltz.
Yeah.
You've heard that mirrors are the doorway between this dimension and the next one?
I think I've heard that before. Yeah.
Yeah, what's it called? Yeah, the first time I saw one, it was just dancing a waltz in my mirror, and then when I looked at it, it looked at me, then it walked, it came past the mirror, stepped on my floor, looked around like, what the fuck, I'm free, and then jumped out the window and did a dive off a 2-story building. But, I think I let the shadow creature out while I was working the leash.
Wow.
I was scared shitless then.
No, I would be too.
Like 5 years old, and you got the shadow dancing in your mirror that covers over your head, and you're like,
Yeah, that's terrifying. They make like horror movies out of that stuff. So
that's why I don't go and watch horror movies, is because all these people want to go be scared, but I'm like, I've experienced it. I don't want to remember.
yeah, I have the same view on horror movies. It's just I don't understand the appeal of being scared, and it's like that movie was so good I couldn't sleep for 3 days because I was so terrified. That doesn't sound like something you want.
Nope. I like my sleep, man.
Yeah.
That's half the reason I don't do any of those hard drugs, is because I love my sleep.
Yeah. No, I love my sleep too. I go to bed when the sun goes down, which is like at 8:30 now. So I go to bed early.
Fucking healthy before you go to sleep. The
Sun
wake
goes
up
down,
with the
and
sun.
then first light, I'm up. So that's how we evolved. That's how, yeah.
You know,
So
retuning your circadian rhythm.
yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, circadian rhythms.
Between the two of us, we're I've never been abducted, but they fixed my knees once.
Yeah.
I don't think they abducted me necessarily. I don't remember them
Okay.
fixing my knees, but it's no doubt that they did, you know.
Yeah.
I got surgical scars where I had no surgery, and my knees were fixed the next day.
Oh, so you never had like real surgery here, but after that experience, you showed up with scars, and they somehow fixed your.
When I first started hitching, it was in SF. I made it to SF.
Yeah.
Actually, I took a bus to SF.
Yeah.
And I wasn't used to walking. With a large pack.
Yeah.
And both my knees just went out.
Yeah.
And so for like a week, I was stuck on Hitch Street, just hobbling around with a big pack. I had 2 canes. And one day, this guy dressed in a business suit walks up to me and hands me an eighth of mushrooms and says, "Go eat these on the beach tonight. They'll help you out."
Yeah.
And my thoughts were, these mushrooms aren't going to help my knees none, but I'll go eat them on the beach for sure.
Yeah.
And while I was tripping, it was actually in the dunes that I was in, not the beach. It was kind of like hilly dunes, you know?
Yeah.
And it was foggy as shit. And I saw bright lights coming through the fog, and I thought it was like law enforcement on 4-wheelers or something, you know?
Yeah.
So I tried to hobble down because I was on top of this dune. Tried to hobble down and I tripped. The last thing I remember, but I didn't have like no bumps or lacerations. Like there was nothing there where that would have knocked me unconscious.
Yeah.
And I woke up, face down in the sand.
Yeah.
I stood up and I was like, my knees don't hurt.
That's crazy.
And I was like, the mushrooms fix my knees. And then like, I wanted to get a shower. There was like a spa. They charged $5 to get a shower at that time. And I walked there because I was so happy to be able to walk. But my legs kept burning and itching right above my knees. It's like, kind of like when you're wearing 2 pairs of jeans and they're wet. Get that itchy, burning.
Oh yeah, I know.
It was kind of like that. That's what I figured it was. But when I got to the shower place and got undressed, there was 2 big, like bright red. Looked like my skin had been welded.
Yeah.
Like cut and welded.
Would you say that's like the craziest experience of your life, or the weirdest?
No.
What do you think you'd call, or what experience do you think would classify as that? Or can you pick just one? Because there's been a lot of crazy things.
There's been a lot of crazy.
Yeah. When there's a lot of things like that, it's hard to pick one that would stand out as a craziest.
I was camping at the bottom of a mountain in Montana one time. It was like a lot of little trees, you know, and there's like a game trail that went through the middle of it.
Yeah.
And I had no tent or nothing. I just rolled out a sleeping bag off the trail, the game trail.
Yeah.
And it sounded like a wind coming up through there, you know, at the bottom of the mountain.
Yep.
And I don't know, it could have been a wind, I guess, but it went like passed right in front of me. Limbs and leaves and shit flying everywhere, but there was nothing visible. Like something just went through there. Super fast.
Wow.
Faster than any critter could run.
Yeah. So, do you have any idea what that could have been, or any like thoughts, or you just don't know? It's a mystery.
Like, could have been a wind.
Yeah.
Like weird wind, you know.
Yeah, just ripping through some channel somehow.
I station wagon.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you got a picture.
We
It came
parked.
from Turkey or something.
We parked deep in the redwoods up by Mendocino Coast,
Yep.
and he was sleeping, and I was sitting up smoking a joint. It was so dark where we were parked, I couldn't see my hand like this.
Yeah.
So I had a mag light sticking in the door strap, like this, pointed up. So as a lamp, I was smoking a joint, and I was blowing the smoke in the light beam, getting stoned on it. And then I put it on strobe and was blowing it in there. And then somehow I thought it would be a good idea to like take pictures of the smoke and the light.
Yeah.
Make like a cool photo, you know. So like I snapped like 6 or 7 pictures. I put the phone down and finished my joint. And then when I went and looked at the pictures, there was like clearly an alien gray right outside my window.
Really? Yeah.
I have to go on Facebook to find it. It's been like 4 years. But yeah, it's like, it looks pretty much like an alien gray. That or it was a moth, and I accidentally took a picture of a moth's face, you know?
Yeah. That's
It's
interesting.
definitely a face, like,
Yeah.
with 2 eyes and a mouth.
So wait, where was the picture taken? Sorry.
Up
It was.
in Mendocino County.
Yeah.
Did you come down, where at did you cut over to the 101 from Oregon? Grants Pass?
No, I've been coming down the 101 straight from Washington. I've been on the 101 until the 101 splits to the one on the coast. The 101's the coastal highway up in Washington, Oregon.
Yeah,
And then-
so you came through Humboldt and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then just rode the one a little bit Northern California and through like Santa Cruz, and now back on the 101. Because south of Mendocino, there's no connection or anything. So yeah, that's why I'm back here. I thought it wouldn't be that nice here, but this is quite a beautiful area.
Joseph, was that you that was with me in the Los Padres National Forest above Santa Barbara? Chasing the UFO?
No,
No, you know who that was? That was,
must have been Chad.
huh? No, it was, I can't remember who it was, but they were tripping out. Because I told them, stay awake, you know, we'll see a UFO, I promise you. They're like, da, 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 da. And then we see this light orb, and the roads up there are all windy, and we were like,
Yeah.
this thing was like playing cat and mouse with us up there. It was crazy.
So you were trying to track it down and find it, or
But just see it
yeah.
better, you know.
Yeah. Well, that'd be quite an experience. Yeah, I'd probably be in the same situation. I would like to see that. That'd be
Yeah, people realize how many extraterrestrials are actually here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you can hide from your dog. It's unless you're intelligent species, you just hide in your box, and the dog can't get in your box.
Yeah.
Or your house, or whatever it is. It's a piece of cake for something smarter than us to hide from us.
makes sense. Yeah. And like, it doesn't even have to be that smart as long as they're good at hiding themselves. Like on Vancouver Island, there's a very high cougar population, like Mount Lion, but no one ever sees them because they really don't. If they don't want to be seen,
Right.
no one you won't see them. They're good at hiding.
Yeah, it's like we can all do that.
Yeah. Look at this. It's beautiful. MK Ultra, yeah.
They're the same thing. So
Okay.
the government can already do like interdimensional travel, and they already know about telepathy and how to transfer thoughts and this, that, and the other.
Okay.
So upon meeting all of these other entities, I met what you would classify as the Illuminati.
Okay.
I've met the Greys, and I've met God, the oneness of consciousness,
Okay.
twice.
Really?
I've met the Elite 3 times, God twice, and the Greys a few times.
Yeah. So, how would you describe God? I know it's probably a loaded
God's biggest
question.
conundrum
Yeah.
is like He gave us free will.
Yeah.
How do you convince something to love you that doesn't even believe or know you exist to love you without forcing them
Yeah.
and only loving them? You know, I was just like, you know.
Yeah.
From what I can see, he's just wants to be loved by his creations. There's so many people. It's like if you have a guitar, right? You don't want everybody worshiping the guitar. You want them to say, "Good job."
Yeah.
Like, so many people worship his creation.
Different people believe in different kinds of gods or different gods. So which?
Okay, so the oneness is pure energy, right?
Okay.
And because my mind's so tiny and I can't comprehend all of it, I'm only
Yeah.
going to comprehend what I can see.
Yeah.
So that pure energy, because it's pure light, it can be made into anything, whether it's Shiva, an old man with a beard,
Yep.
whoever, whatever. Fucking. So if there were 10 different religions and all of them saw God a different way in their mind, and they all sat next to God, God would look like that to all of them. I mean, but none of the other people would see how the other person perceives it, because it's only important how your relationship is with them.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. And then the other, so you had God, and then what were the other?
And the elite, like you know how like the CIA has been into crime and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the crime syndicate, government connection, how they wipe each other's hands.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a trifecta. There's one more thing that goes in there, and that's somewhere to. I'm trying to put it into words. It's so
Yeah.
hard.
I get that. That's it. Some of the stuff we're talking about, I wouldn't do well with trying to verbalize that.
There was a point when I was almost dying and I was surrounded by cops, the elite, and
Yeah.
the coroner, like an ambulance, right? And
Yeah.
a body bag. Well, this was all in my mind. These were all images projected into my mind as I was dying, but I was surrounded by, they were trying to, like they couldn't convince me of pleasure to join them, so they tried threatening me to join them.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're gonna kill me, then just kill me. I'm not, whatever, you know. But, yeah, no, it's really scary because the elite are really, really powerful. They already know how to just turn your brain off. They could have killed me really easy at that point in time.
Yeah.
It would have looked like the perfect accident. Nothing would have ever happened. I just would have been some bum on the street that died. But, apparently, according to my mind, there's something that they wanted. Or just they want me to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Like, when a bunch of geniuses get together, it's better than one genius.
Mhm. Yeah.
But fucking, when they were trying to convince me to join, I almost laughed to death because it's like the most elite and powerful people in the world want me, a bum, some street urchin, to join you.
Yeah.
And those two ends just didn't meet, so I cracked up and just couldn't stop laughing. And I almost died because I forgot to breathe. But you know, it's just like when you're confronted by that, it's like I have nothing and you have everything. Why do you want me?
Yeah.
But yeah. And then the Greys are more peaceful. They're just kind of like the hitchhikers in the galaxy. Like they're just kind of chill. Like you know the average stoned hippies. Like they want to have fun. They like to play around.
Yeah.
They're mischievous. You know they. I don't know. They're nice.
Okay.
I think God was a human being.
Okay.
It was a genetic engineer. So was Lucifer. Like the story of Genesis, like coincides with ancient Sumerians, how like their account of that time.
Yeah.
Their account of that time, you know, like we kind of go
that?
Zachariah Stitch's theory that God and Lucifer and different cultures call it different things. Like the Sumerians didn't call it God and Lucifer. It was like so and so and so and so and their four evil brothers. Like really, like in the Bible, it says that Lucifer and God had a disagreement, so Lucifer was cast down onto earth. You know what I mean? But that doesn't make any sense. That's like more irrational than we are now as human beings. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, yeah.
what I believe Lucifer did was committed a crime on like a universal level, and he manipulated and disturbed and interrupted the natural process of evolution here on this planet.
Yeah.
Now, I believe they came here from gold because it's part of their technology.
Okay.
Like they needed so much of it for all their technologies and stuff. But like,
They're just
rather
friends.
than saying God, like that, because there's that omnipresence that we all feel, and that's what people want to call and say is God. But really, it's the universe. It's all of us. Like we're all like connected to the whole universe. We're just a physical part of it. Like we're a part of the universe that is doing physical life, and what we experience in this physical life is like all of the universe's knowledge and wisdom. All of its knowledge and wisdom comes from that. Well, maybe not all of its wisdom, but you know, a certain aspect from the physical life.
Yep.
And what we all experience, which is really just a blink of an eye, like in the scheme of eternity. You know, like, I don't think we all just live one physical life and we get judged and we get sent to heaven or hell. I mean,
That was just designed so we would get good quicker, but then it just kind of backfired.
That's like,
Yeah.
to this day, dude, the powers to be just want to control.
Yeah, the Christians designed
The 1% wants to control the 99%.
Yeah.
You know, and they've done it for the last 5,000 years, like, through education, religion, indoctrination.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like shit they said 20 years ago has been disproved. You know, like so much shit. Like,
No.
one time they said eggs are bad for you. Like, eggs cause high cholesterol and will give you a heart. Now they're like, oh, eggs are good for you.
Cholesterol's the fuel that your body uses for testosterone. Like, if you're going to be a manly man, you need cholesterol if you want testosterone.
Okay.
Like, you know, they say eggs are bad for you. That makes a man less mentally and less able to fucking be a barbarian and fight back. Or resist. I mean,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
that's the thing with genetically engineering out the nutrients in our food, is so that we think we're eating, but we're really starving to death. And we wouldn't last a minute out there fighting.
Now, with all your experiences with all this kind of stuff, what do you guys think or know happens when you die? Like you said, Christians or Catholics created the "you only live one life"